Hey guys, so we're just gonna start to do some tofu here. This is just City Market's organic brand. I generally use extra firm. It just kind of holds together a little better. First thing you want to do is just empty the water from the packaging. It's always packed in water or vacuum packed. You want to press it by hand a little bit. You don't want to dig in because your finger will go straight in there. So kind of use the flat of your hand. And I'll usually just put a tissue on there for sanitary reasons. But you can see there's plenty of water packed in there. But I'll generally just press it for a couple of hours. Doesn't take much. Just a clean paper towel on a tea towel or something. Doesn't need to be too much weight. Just a couple of cans of beans or something. Make sure it's reasonably well centered, and that's it. Just leave that for 30 minutes is fine. An hour's probably about ideal. It just depends what you're cooking most of the time. We're going to air fry this, so you don't want it too dry because we'll cook it quite hot, but I'll show you that in just a few minutes. Okay, so I just cut that in half. We're going to use this on a salad tonight for dinner. What I have here is some low sodium sweet soy sauce, or tamari, I can't remember which one it was, but it's still quite high in sodium, but much better than regular. So to get the flavor into the tofu itself, I just take like a salad fork or a dessert fork. Don't go too deep in there, otherwise you'll split it, but just to, even with that, you see that little split there. So I just go just up and down. I've already done the other side, and the other side is a side I cut, so it's much rougher. And then I'll just let that marinate in there. I'll give that 15-20 minutes and flip it over, and then I'll show you the next stage. Okie dokie, so that's about 15-20 minutes aside. Just going to cube this. Now this is the Ninja Foodie. If you have any kind of air fryer, that'll work great. The Foodie I really like because it's a pressure cooker, a slow cooker, an air fryer. What else it'll do? Sear and saute. It'll even dehydrate. They are quite pricey, but the main thing I love about it is the ceramic bowl that it comes with. It's so easy to clean. And here, just going to put these pieces in there, kind of separate them a little bit. If you're doing a lot, I think they make a more rectangular one, more like those old countertop roasters you could buy. It'll give you a little more surface area, but if you're just doing a few like this, it's fine if it's in a single layer. And then basically you just have a big heating element, like the old-fashioned electric stoves, and a fan behind that. Put that on air crisp, temperature's 390, that's just what it recommends for that, and I found it works really well. And then 20 minutes. and it'll tell me when it's done. Okay. So, what I meant to say earlier as well, well, goodness me, okay. What I meant to say earlier was if you don't have an air fryer, you can bake these in the oven. Just on, they're probably best on a silicone cookie sheet, and that's the best way to stop them from sticking. And then with the foodie, they recommend halfway through you just toss them and spread them around, but I haven't really found that to be too necessary. But anyway, so there is some nice crispy tofu. It's a little hot to eat right now, but you can see how nice and crispy that is. Oh, hot, hot, hot. But anyway, you can do that with any flavorings you want. You can use taco seasoning, or like a lemon pepper. Whatever you're having, you can certainly use this as a meat substitute. Now, of course, tofu is the most highly processed form of soy. But for this kind of application, I haven't found that tempeh, which looks like it's the same color as tofu generally, just that kind of white block, but it's a lot less formed. You can pick the soybeans out very easily in that. It's a much harder block. Doesn't tend to soak up different flavors like this. Tempeh I find really good if you're barbecuing or something. I'm putting it on the grill. And then of course soybeans will be the most natural form. And you can certainly do those on salad as well. But if you just want a little kick of flavor and you want that infused into the tofu, this is the best way we've found to do it. Anyway guys, hope you're all doing good. Stay well, be well. I'm gonna do some dry frying. I'm gonna show you some onions, peppers and mushrooms and just show you how I do those. And that'll give you a little base for so many different kinds of recipes. And just show you how to do that oil free. I know in this, for those of you that are in a chip program at the moment, I know there one of the recipes in section 4 showed, I can't remember what the recipe was now, but there was way more oil in that recipe than we'd ever use. And just try and minimize that as much as you can. I know for certain dishes that's really difficult, but actually measure it out, and I think you'll be surprised how little oil goes such a long way. A tablespoon of oil is, let's have a look here. I do have some, which is weird, I know. So yeah, a tablespoon is 120 calories, 14 grams of fat. That's grapeseed that I'm looking at. But a tablespoon will fill, this is my main cooking skillet, and that's probably a 12-inch skillet. Tablespoon is plenty to cover the bottom of that, especially if you wipe it around a little bit. But we do discourage that, but it's just extra calories you don't need. If it's a flavor thing, that's different. All right guys, you have a great day. Bye.